What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another E3 Burnout Brighter post show. This time we're going to be talking all about the Wholesome Direct, which was again provided to us through Gorilla. We saw in the Indie Media Exchange, we saw a bunch of games that were focused on kind of
So
cuteness
cute.
and kind of heartwarming, and there was 75 games we saw in less than an hour. So we're going to be talking about just a few of them. Destiny, what were your overall thoughts of the show?
Man, like if there was any show that I wanted to watch and see, because it was just my style of games, it was definitely the Wholesome Directive. Like this was amazing. Even just the aesthetic of like the art that they had for the showcase itself was like my vibe. I was like, this is
Mm-hmm.
so cute. I literally wanted, I think like 98% of the games that they showed on
Yeah.
there. My only like gripe is that there were so many games and it went through so quickly. Like I couldn't get, like I feel like I forgot a lot of the stuff, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes me sad because like I was excited for so many things as they popped onto the screen, like, oh my god, I want that, oh my god, I want that. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I did want to shout out, other than like thank you Gorilla Correct Collective for helping bring this together, is that they are teaming with a charity, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was amazing. So they're going to be selling some merchandise that's basically like a showcase of the Wholesome Directive, and proceeds from that is going to the International Rescue Committee. And I've already purchased I've already purchased something special from there for me that I'll be showing you guys much later whenever it gets here. So get on there, pre-order, go on there, wish list the games that you want to, and yeah, just Matt, what did you think about the show?
I thought it was great. Similarly to you, things were moving at such like a breakneck pace that I was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, this game looks so cool! Oh my gosh, this game looks so cool!" Like furiously trying to take notes as everything was happening. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to see a ton from some of the games. Like some of them were very very quick, but something that I am very happy about is you can actually go over to their website, Wholesome Games, and they have like a whole game list of all the games that they showed with trailers, with links. So if there is something that caught your eye, you can go take a look. And similarly to you, Destiny, partnering up with the Yeti, which makes fantastic shirts and stuff. They're making some really, really cool stuff. So I'll have links for that below as well, which again, $5 from every sale goes towards the International Rescue Committee. So make sure you go check that out because it's also helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
Um, but D, enough about like the humanitarian stuff. As cool as that is, we're here to talk about games.
Right, true. My bad.
uh, D, can you tell me, give me a game that stood out to you?
All right, so one of the first games that stood out to me, and I'm still researching it because, guys, we watched this like not even 15 minutes ago, is a
Mm-hmm.
game called Sally. And it looks so cute. This is this
Mm-hmm.
little black girl, little afro puffs, basically me picking up this adorable frog and like running into this classroom, and then the camera pans out and the classroom's like this. It basically gave me the vibes of Howl's Moving Castle floating in the sky shaped like a frog. I know
Mm-hmm.
that sounds insane, but you guys just got to go check it out. Go to Google, type in Sally game, and just check it out. There's so much information that I haven't even had time to like
Mm-hmm.
look up. I tried to find it on Steam. I don't think it's there yet, but I'm gonna get this game.
Yeah, that one looked really really cool. The art style looks really really interesting, and I'm very curious. I've said really like 40 times. I'm very curious to see what the gameplay is going to look like in that game.
What
One of
about
the
you?
one of the ones that jumped out at me immediately was We Are OFK. The
Yes.
absolute style dripping from that game, like it looks like this has like incredible like anime, almost like cartoonish art style, where it looks like you're going. It's like it's a musical adventure. They had like a band playing at one point. I love that they had a shirt that said Black Trans Lives Matter front and center with
Yes.
the main singer there. This looks like there's going to be a lot of text chats. You'll be able to kind of have a lot of conversations with people. I don't know too much again what the gameplay is going to look like, but it looks very story focused. The music sounded fantastic, and everything about that game just oozed this kind of like confidence and style that had me hooked as soon as that trailer started. What were your thoughts on that one, D?
Man, I got Carol and Tuesday vibes from that so much, and I just
Mm-hmm.
finished watching that anime. But yeah, it's very music driven. I love music. It's very story driven, and the characters look like you're really going to connect with them, or at least care about them and their journey through this game. So You know what? And that's one of the games I forgot because there were so many games, guys. There was like 75 games in under an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Matt. Yeah, I love that game.
What's another one that jumped out at you?
Another one that jumped out at me because I just thought it was really cute was Ooblets.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like a beach town and there's these little monsters and then there's games within the game that you can play. Like
Mhm.
it was just like overload like adorableness. And again, it was such a short kind of trailer that you didn't get a lot from it, but just what you did see was very grabbing, like a very bright, colorful, like just sweet looking game.
Yeah. Ooblets is actually out already, so this was like talking about like a new update coming to the game. So if you're curious about Ooblets, go check it out. The next one that really grabbed me, and we kind of had all three of us as Darren was watching with us being like, what is this? This looks amazing. Was Tasomachi Behind the Twilight. It looked incredible. There was like an anime style girl as the main character, and you kind of go to this like mysterious silent town. There was like a flying floating boat. There was a bunch of platforming. The music was fantastic, and basically like you're unraveling the mystery of what happened in this town and what was going on. Everything about like the atmosphere and the vibe from that game just really had me hooked since, you know, as soon as we saw it. And we do know that it's coming sometime in 2021. So Tasomachi was easily one of the stands out for me because it just looks so visually interesting and the story looks super cool too. What are your thoughts?
I think what grabbed me the most was just like the style of the game and the music. I think the music was so beautiful, like music that they picked out for the game itself. And again, like you said, we didn't get to see a lot of what was going on in the game, but it was enough to get me like interested. And I guess, I mean, like that's what a trailer's supposed to do. So they did a
Mm-hmm.
good job.
Yeah, I agree. What was another one for you, D?
Widow.
Yeah.
Widow looked incredible. It's the first time I've ever seen a game like that before. You're basically taking like bits and pieces and rebuilding things within the house, and then like after you're done, it looks like these cute. It looks like a cute little toy box, like all these little wooden toys,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like just a very relaxing game at that, which is nice. And the music was also really great with that. The texturing, the modeling, everything was just superb. It was just like a work of art.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a game that looks like that. Like it really did look like you were just like woodscaping like right in front of you. It was beautifully done. I'm curious to see more gameplay from it because we didn't get to see that much, but I thought visually it looked really interesting. But another one that jumped out at me was Moonshell Island, which like again you're like this really cool looking. The art style looks fantastic. This purple haired character who it looks kind of like an adventure game. We didn't see too much, but it gave me kind of like that old school um, Legend of Zelda, or even like more so like the old school Dragon Ball Z Goku games back on like the GBA, where you'd kind of like
Mm.
adventure around islands and you know the combat looked cool. That one looked really interesting to me, and I'm excited to see more from it. What about you, D?
Same. The fact that it's a girl character, like, I mean, I love it. The thing that I did notice is that like a lot of the wholesome games do feature female protagonists. So that
Mm-hmm.
was really exciting, and a lot of people of color. Like they really tried
Yes.
to be as diverse as possible with their games. So excited for all of those actually. Very happy that they're being inclusive, that they're showing people of color, that they're not afraid. So that's really what the indie game I feel like platform can be used for,
Yeah.
to do things that like AAA games are too afraid to like go near. So kudos to all of you. I'm so proud of each and every one of these developers from the Guerrilla Collective as well as Wholesome for
Mm-hmm.
pulling yourselves together and being not being afraid and just publishing what you feel needed to be out there and telling your story through your video game. So yeah, again, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I agree. Like it was so awesome to see so many diverse characters and diverse art styles and just so many different kinds of stories. Because I think that's the beautiful thing. And Darren likes to say this a lot. Like the more people from different places and from different backgrounds you have developing, the more different kinds of stories you could tell. And that's something that jumped out at me at this direct, especially, was how many different kinds of stories we got to see. We're starting to run low on time, D. So let's kind of go back and forth. Give me a couple more from you, and then I'll do a couple more, and then we'll close it out here. So tell me a couple more quickly that stood out to you and why.
All right, so I'm going to name two more that I thought were really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the Frame, which was like just beautiful. The art style was lovely. I'm an artist myself, so just seeing that and like, I don't know, it just gave me so many like art vibes, like when I'm sitting at home by myself and just sketching and like
Hmm.
doing watercolor. And another one was Here Comes Nico, which was a very like cutesy cartoony kind of 2D platformer. I think it was a platformer.
It was
Yeah.
a 2D character in a 3D background, similar to
Yeah.
the other one. It's some one of the other games that we talked about.
But it's like character style was like super super cute. So
Hmm.
those were the two that I wanted to shout out as well. But again, like we said, there's so many other games that we didn't even get a chance with our time running low. Matt, what about you?
The couple other ones that I want to quickly mention was Witchery Academy. Again, we're in a school. It's a life simulator. You get to be a witch. You get to, you get to go to school. There's gardening. You can catch bugs. You can make and customize your own kind of familiar, which looks like it's going to be a cat. You can decorate your room.
I'm gonna make
Everything about
Zuri.
that game looked like pretty much like if you wanted to kind of go to a witchery school. Well, this is this life kind of drawn out for you. So I'm really, really excited to jump on that one. And the other one that kind of really caught me off, well, not caught me off guard, but I thought was really interesting was, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but Dordogne, which is like this like watercolor adventure. And the idea is that like you've come back to your childhood area and you're kind of taking pictures and like making this journal to kind of remember what your childhood was like. And they had this like beautiful watercolor paint style. You were kind of like, we saw pictures of like a journal at point as you got closer to certain characters, you kind of like rekindled your relationships and your memories with them. The presentation and everything about that game just looked incredibly, incredibly beautiful. But this was just a couple games out of the
Just a
75
few.
that we saw. So if you're curious, the conference itself is less than an hour, so it's not a lot of time commitment. Go check out their website if you don't have time to watch a thing, where they're going to have a list of all the games shown with trailers and a bunch of other cool stuff, because there was so much goodness. This was one of the events that I was the most looking forward to, just given the kind of mental health aspect of the channel that we like to talk about, and how just like warm and loving a lot of these games look. I'll have the links in the description. Go check them out. Thank you for watching another Burnout Brighter post show celebrating E3 and Summer Game Fest. We're about to go check out Ubisoft, so we'll see you guys very, very soon at the Ubisoft post show. Peace out.
Burnout out.